Congratulations! You're now more than halfway through the Compact for America Initiative BBA degree program. Now, we've already discussed the Balanced Budget Amendment itself and the Compact vehicle. That was course 1 and 2. Now we're going to talk about the hand-in-glove process in Congress. It's called the Congressional Omnibus Concurrent Resolution. Now, that's a mouthful. But what we're talking about is simply a piece of legislation, a resolution that would be passed by the House and Senate in Congress to set in motion everything that needs to be set in motion from the federal government side for states to originate a constitutional amendment like the Balanced Budget Amendment. The benefit, by the way, of using this process, the compact process to originate a Balanced Budget Amendment, is that even though there is a federal component, even though there is a need for Congress to pass some legislation to make it happen, you don't have to pass legislation with 2/3 of each house, which would otherwise be required for Congress to propose a constitutional amendment of its own under Article 5. Using the state-originated congressional constitutional amendment process, Congress can pass a resolution with simple majorities in both houses. That makes it politically possible to achieve a balanced budget amendment, whereas in Congress we haven't seen a successful balanced budget amendment opportunity arise in decades. How does it work? Well, the Congressional Omnibus Concurrent Resolution, what I'll call CORE for short, has two parts. It's really two pieces of legislation rolled into one. Why? Not just to make it complex, but to save time. It makes more sense to go to Congress once to pass one piece of legislation than to have to go to Congress twice. What it includes is the call for the convention for proposing amendments as the first part of the legislation, and the referral of a balanced budget amendment, the one we've already discussed, out to the state legislatures for ratification. Now you're probably saying, well, you're jumping ahead of yourself. How are you putting both of these pieces of legislation in the same singular piece of legislation and passing them at the same time? Again, the trick is using different effective dates. The call part of this enactment, the call will only go live when 38 states have applied to and joined in the Compact for America. So that call remains dormant until such time as 38 states join the Compact for America. The referral of the Balanced Budget Amendment out to the states for ratification does not go live until the convention organized by the Compact for America actually proposes the Balanced Budget Amendment. So the referral to the states of the Balanced Budget Amendment remains dormant. It remains inactive until such time as the Balanced Budget Amendment is actually approved by the convention that was organized by the Compact. And as we discussed in the preceding course, in the Article 8 and Article 7 and Article 9, when a balanced budget amendment is approved by the convention and then referred back through the congressional resolution to the states for ratification by state legislatures, then in the Compact, as we discussed in the second course, there is a pre-ratification already contained that itself goes live after remaining dormant. So the congressional resolution that refers out the Balanced Budget Amendment fits hand in glove with the pre-ratification contained in the Compact to accomplish the entire Article 5 process with just one piece of legislation from the federal government in Congress and just one piece of legislation for the states, the Compact itself. In other words, 38 states pass laws enacting the Compact. Congress passes one resolution containing both of the steps that Congress has to take for Article 5 to originate a constitutional amendment from the states. Together, this means that in 39 pieces of legislation, you can accomplish what would otherwise require at least 100 pieces of legislation using the plain vanilla Article 5 approach. Once again, as we have explained with the compact, we are saving 60% of the resources, 60% of the legislative enactments by using the Compact for America vehicle to accomplish the Balanced Budget Amendment.